Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of SHANTHA LAKSHMI IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PAB. Let's get started. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the World Air Quality Report 2023. It is released annually by the World Health Organization. Bihar's Begusarai was termed the world's most polluted metropolitan area. It also identified Delhi as the most polluted capital city in the world for the fourth consecutive time. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. This was in news recently. Delhi was identified as the capital city with the poorest air quality according to a new report by the World Air Quality Report 2023. About this report, it is published by the Swiss organization IQAir. It included data from 7,812 locations in 134 countries, regions, and territories. Highlights of this report with an average air annual particulate matter 2.5, concentration of 54.4 microgram per cubic meter. India had the third worst air quality. India was better than only two of its neighboring countries, Bangladesh and Pakistan. And it also identified Delhi as the most polluted capital city in the world for the fourth consecutive time. Bihar's Begusarai was termed the world's most polluted metropolitan area. 10 out of the top 11 most polluted cities in the world are from India, the other being Lahore in Pakistan. 96% of the Indian population experiences particulate matter 2.5 levels more than 7 times the WHO annual particle matter 2.5 guideline. So the answer is only 2 because it is released annually by the Swiss organization IQAir, not World Health Organization. Moving to the next question. Developing countries trading scheme recently seen in the news is associated with which country? Option A UK, option B Japan, option C USA, option D India. Exporters aiming for duty concessions on shipments to the UK must comply with new British regulations under the Developing Countries Trading Scheme. Introduced by the UK government, DCTS aims to integrate developing nations into the global economy, fostering trade partnerships and strengthening supply chains. It offers simpler, more generous, preferential trading terms, reducing or eliminating tariffs on imports from 65 eligible countries, benefiting UK consumers and businesses while excluding certain upper middle income nations and those with UK free trade agreements. So the answer is option A, UK. Moving to the next question. Choose correct one with respect to the exercise trigger ramp. It is a bilateral tri-service humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise between India and the USA. The exercise is aimed at developing interoperability for conducting HADR operations and refined standard operation procedures to enable rapid and smooth coordination between forces of both the countries. Which of the statement given above is not correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. Recently, the exercise Tiger Ramp is scheduled on Eastern Seaboard from 18th to 31 March 2024. About this exercise, it is a bilateral tri-service humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise between India and the US. The exercise is aimed at developing interoperability for conducting HADR operations and refined standard operation procedures to enable rapid and smooth coordination between forces of both the countries. The harbor phase is scheduled from 18 to 25th March 2024. Personnel from both navies would participate in training visits, subject matter expert exchanges, sports events, and social interactions. On completion of the harbor phase, the ships with the troops embarked would sail for the sea phase and undertake maritime and amphibious and HADR operations in accordance with injected situations. Indian Navy ships with integral helicopters and landing crafts embarked Indian Navy aircraft and Indian Army personnel and vehicles and Indian Air Force aircraft and helicopters along with the rapid action medical team would be participated in the exercise. The US would be represented by the US Navy ships with embarked troops of the US Marine Corps and US Army. So the answer is neither one or two because both the statement given above are correct. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about Bougainvillea. It is found only in the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary landscape and nowhere else in the world. It is listed under endangered species of IUCN Red List. The Arunachal Pradesh government finally notified Braidua Community Reserve under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. Bugans, one of the major tribes mainly living adjacent to Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary in Arunachal Pradesh, have set an example by donating 1,470 hectares of forest land to the State Forest Department, giving a push to efforts for protection of Bougainvillea bird. About this, it is a small babbler with olive grey and plumage and the black cap. It has become an attraction of bird watchers since it was discovered as a new bird species in 2006. It is found only in the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary landscape and nowhere else in the world. The avian species is critically endangered with only 14 individual birds spotted so far in the Braidu village under the Singchung subdivision. As a major step towards conservation, the Arunachal Pradesh government finally notified Braidu Community Reserve under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The reserve is situated adjacent to the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary. So the answer is only two because it listed under the critically endangered species of IUCN Red List, not endangered species. Moving to the next question. With reference to the peatlands, consider the following statement. Peatlands are terrestrial wetland ecosystem in which waterlogged conditions prevent plant material from fully decomposing. The majority of the world's peatlands occur in boreal and temperate parts of the northern hemisphere. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. A new study finds that canals used to drain soggy peatlands in Southeast Asia are likely to hotspots for greenhouse gas emissions. About peatlands, peatlands are terrestrial wetland ecosystems in which waterlogged conditions prevent plant material from fully decomposing. Consequently, the production of organic matter exceeds its decomposition, which results in a net accumulation of peat. Peatlands occur in every climatic zone and continent and cover 4.23 million square kilometer, which corresponds to 2.84% of the Earth's terrestrial surface. The majority of the world's peatlands occur in boreal and temperate parts of the northern hemisphere, especially Europe, North America, Russia. They have formed under high precipitation, low temperature climate regimes. Peatlands include landscapes that are still actively accumulating peat, others that are no longer accumulating and do not support the principal peat forming plants, and peatlands used for economic uses such as agriculture, forestry, and excavation for energy and heat generation, horticulture, and other uses. About 84% of the world's peatlands are considered to be in natural or near natural state. Drained peatlands make up about 16% of the world's peatlands or 0.5% of the Earth's terrestrial surface. Due to the process of peat accumulation, peatlands are carbon-rich ecosystems. Peatlands are the largest natural terrestrial carbon store. They are store more carbon than all other vegetation types in the world combined. Damaged peatlands are a major source of greenhouse gas emissions, responsible for almost 5% of global anthropogenic carbon dioxide emissions. So the answer is C. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Thank you. This is the today's session.